Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Augusta, Illinois and Southeastern High Schools. We're here for varsity basketball. Boys basketball between the Quincy Notre Dame Raiders and the host Southeastern Suns. Adams Fiber brings Southeastern Sun Sports, a TSSR Game Time live presented by MDH. We're going to let you hear the national anthem. And that was the national anthem by the Southeastern Suns pep band. Now we'll let you hear the starting lineups tonight. So there is the starting lineup. So we'll give them to you again here. For Quincy Notre Dame, Alex Dance, he wears number 3, a 5'11 senior. Jackson Pyatt, number 4, a 6-foot senior. Number 14 is Carter Miller. He wears, as I said, number 14, 6'4 senior. Number 15, Jace Allensworth, a 6'2 junior. And the Suns will win the tip. And also Bo Eftink, he is a 6-foot junior. For the Suns, as the steal comes back, and I forgot to reset the scoreboard, a foul is going to be called on Brady McClintock. Basket is no good. As we get it reset there. First foul on McClintock and the Suns, but it did prevent a basket as they called it on the floor. Man-to-man defense for the Suns. Does look like a switching man. Nice cut without the basketball. Block knocked away, though. Eftink's going to put the shot up. It's off, no good. Tippy with the rebound, and he'll push it back the other way for the Suns. The ball got away from him, bounced over his head. He gathered it back up, gives it off now to McClintock, who misses it long. And Henry is down there fighting for the rebound, but he's going to get either called for a travel or stepping on the baseline. I'm not sure, couldn't see. Either way, it goes back to Quincy Notre Dame. Starting for the Suns, Griffin Tippy. He's a senior now, 6 foot, wears 0. Brady McClintock's a freshman, stands 6'1", and he wears number 3. Jaron Henry, he's a senior, stands 6'3", wears number 5. Number 13 is Tristan Hester. He's a junior, wears number 13, as I said. He's 5'10". And a 6'1" senior, number 25, Aiden Akers, is the 5th and final starter for the Southeastern Suns. Down low, nice cut again without the basketball. That was Pyatt. 2 shots off, no good for Carter Miller, but he'll go to the free throw line. A chance to get a couple here. And not sure who that foul was on, as they don't have anybody running the... It's the second foul on the Suns, though. First one is good. That's the first point of the game. The lefty, Miller, hits them both. He's got 2. The Raiders lead 2-0. Akers loses the ball out of bounds. I believe that foul was on Hester. Eftink with it for the Raiders. Up top, it goes to Dance. Now down low. And cutting again without the basketball. This time it pays off for Jackson Pyatt. He gets the first field goal of the game, and it's 4-0 Raiders. Into the corner, Henry for 3. It's off, no good long. Hester tips it. He's going to save it back in, but it's going to be picked up by Quincy Notre Dame. Pushing it back the other way. Miller leaves it short, and he was out of bounds when he touched it as it fell off the bottom of the rim, got tipped right at him. He couldn't really do it. It was going to hit him whether or not he did anything or not. So Akers to inbounds against the full court pressure, tries to get it to Tippy, rolls over to McClintock. He's going to give it back to Tippy against the man press. Tippy will dribble it up the court now. 5:40 to go here in the first quarter. And a ball stolen away again. This time it's outletted to number 15, Jace Allensworth, and he gets the bucket to fall. 5:23 to go, 6-0. The Raiders with the lead. Brady McClintock dumps it off to Henry. Henry has his pass intended for Hester stolen away. Eftink goes to the rack. His shot's up, counted, and a foul, as Hester is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second if my stats are correct. Third on the Suns. Basket is good for Eftink, and he'll have an old-fashioned three-point play attempt. The only way you can shoot one free throw in today's basketball game is to make a basket and be fouled. And he wishes that one nothing but the bottom of the net, and it is 9-0. McClintock is going to run right over. Who is that down there? It was number 3, Alex Dance, drawing the charge. McClintock picks up his second foul. 4th on the team. Checking out is Carter Miller for QND. Checking in, number 20, is Jackson Canoyer. Down low, Eftink on the cut without the basketball. Leaves his shot a little short. That goes off of McClintock, out of bounds. The pressure from Jackson Canoyer, a little too much for the freshman, and it goes out of bounds. Canoyer, the 6'5" junior. It's being pretty generous, calling him 6'5", I do believe. There's a 3 on the way. It's off, no good. That was Dance with the shot. Knoyer with the shot. It's off, no good. He got hit pretty hard, I think, right in the rib cage. That's going to go off of Allensworth, out of bounds. There's a lot of contact over there on the sideline. No foul call. 4:38 remaining in the first quarter. It's 9-0. Southeastern trails the Raiders. Now the dunk up and down for Jace Allensworth. He's got 4 points. He barely got it up there and down, but he did get it down. McClintock comes and gives a pretty good shot to Jackson Pyatt. Over to Henry. Aaron Henry goes to a cutting. That was a nice cut by Akers. Aiden Akers is going to get the basket, and a better look from Henry. It's the first bucket. Now McClintock with a steal. He dumps it off to Henry. Henry, crossover dribble, and they're going to call a foul. I believe it's going to be on number 4. Nope, it's going to be on number 20, Jackson Knoyer. His first, team's first. So McClintock will inbound the basketball. The pace of this game is much quicker than the JV contest. Man, Akers is all over Allensworth, and Aiden Akers is going to pick up his first foul. Team's 5th. That means that there'll be 2 free throws coming for Allensworth. Shooting here, guys. That's 5 fouls. Griffin Tippy's going to be sent off the floor for blood. Cut a finger a little bit, I do believe. Checking in for him is going to be Gunnar Walker. Jace Allensworth's going to be shooting 2 free throws here for the Raiders with 3:58 to go in the first quarter. It's 11-2. First free throw is off, no good. Owen Northern going to check in for the Suns. Tristan Hester checks out. In for the Raiders going to be number 2, John Dam, and number 30 is Gavin Dolman. Also in, number 42 is Sully Walker. 3:58 to go. Your friends know where you're watching the game at tonight. Here's the second one, is good for Jace Allensworth. He's going to take a seat as well. It's mostly a line change here. None of the starters are on the floor. Into the game, number 22, Robbie Reed for the Raiders. A 10-point lead for Quincy Notre Dame. Coming in and picking up a foul is going to be number 20, Jackson Knoyer. That'll be his second off the bench. Both fouls for Quincy Notre Dame belong to Jackson Knoyer. Now Henry going to inbound. Gets it into Gunnar Walker. Walker's going to go over to Owen Northern. Corner to McClintock. Pump, drive, pull-up jumper off, no good. Akers with another rebound. Akers dumps it out to Northern. He's going to drive. He's going to put up the shot. It was blocked. Blocked by Reed right into the face of John Dam. And it went out of bounds off of. Now Northern with it. Oh, nice little spin move to the left. Bank shot hard off the glass, no good. And I do believe Gunnar Walker is going to pick up the foul. He is. And 2 free throws coming back the other way for the Raiders. At the free throw line, going to be number 2, John Dom. Anybody from Quincy Notre Dame is watching, hop in the live chat and tell me if it's Dam or Dom, how you pronounce that. The first one is good. Second one, off back iron, no good. Tipped out. Dom comes down with it, and he threw it too high off the glass. Intended for Robbie Reed. Three on the way by Henry is off, no good. Rebound by Dom, stolen away by Gunnar Walker. He's going to go right back to the racket. He's going to be blocked out of bounds by Dom. And it is Suns basketball. Checking back in after getting a little bandaged work done is Griffin Tippy. And it's going to be Owen Northern leaving. I want to say hi to Ann Highland watching in Bowen tonight. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. 3 on the way by Tippy, fresh off the bench. No good. Canoyer with the rebound. He'll push it back the other way. Tippy gets the steal. He's got running room down the lane. He lays it up and in. Griffin Tippy gets his first 2. Still here in the first quarter, 2:48 to go. Dam looked for somebody in the corner. They weren't there. Now down low. Canoyer with it. Back out the Dam. And McClintock, I think, is going to get his 3rd foul. That's the 3rd foul on Brady McClintock. Another one for the Suns. 2 more free throws here, this time for Jackson Canoyer. First one is good. McClintock takes a seat. Owen Northern checks in. 2:26 to go in the first quarter. Brady McClintock's got 3 fouls already, the freshman. Second one good as well. Subs coming in. I believe back in number 14, Carter Miller. Sully Walker still on the floor for the Raiders. Have not talked to him. Akers. Henry to Tippy. 2:10 remaining. Tippy pull-up jumper from inside the lane is good. He's got 4 straight for the Suns. Lead back to 9. Miller puts it hard off the glass. No good. A lot of contact there. No foul call, though. 1:40 remaining. Owen Northern. Henry for 3, off no good. We saved in, picked up. Walker comes down with it, saves it in. Now to Miller. And now a foul's going to be called. More free throws coming. It's going to be on Owen Northern. That'll be his first. Now the free throw line to shoot 2 more is John Dam. He's 1 for 2 on the night. Seven for 11, make them. They were not 7 for 11, they were 7 for 9. Now they're 8 for 10 from the free throw line. Back to a 10-point lead. Coming back in is Eftink. Second free throw is good. John Dam is 3 for 4 on the night. Back in as well is Jace Allensworth as John Dam takes a seat. Full court pressure back up. Walker is going to lose it out of bounds. Inbounding it will be Alex Dance, who's also back in the contest. Missed him coming in. Looking to the middle, it's stolen away by Henry. A lob pass intended for Pyatt was well short. Henry got up and stole it away. Walker rifled a pass at Tippy, who was just standing up. He's been fighting a bad back, and I think that it, judging by his motions when he doesn't have the basketball, it may still be bothering him. Dance with it. Pump fake. Throws it away. Walker going to go back the other way. He's got a lot of company in blue jerseys, but he's going to get the layup to fall. Gunnar Walker gets his first 2. We're at 35 seconds here in quarter number 1. Alex Dance with it. 1 shot here, I would imagine, for Quincy Notre Dame if they can have their likings. Eftink with it. Back to Dance. 15 seconds remaining. They'll look to set the play probably at 10. Allensworth gives it back to Dance. 7 seconds now. And they're waiting way deep into the shot. Eftink left side, doesn't get a good look. He's going to have to lob it up. He got fouled, no call. And that will end the first quarter of play. 17-8 is the score. The Raiders lead the Suns. We'll take a break. You're watching Adams Fiber coverage of the Southeastern Suns on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adams Experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adams Experts. Repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology needs.
And welcome back to Southeastern High School here in Augusta, Illinois, as you're watching Adams Fiber coverage of the Southeastern Suns on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Brought to you by Ron Elby Auto Sales with locations in Macomb and Augusta. Ron Elby Auto Sales is your hometown go-to for your next car. In Macomb on East Jackson, and stop in and talk to Justin, Jared, or Chris, or visit www.ronlb.com to check out their inventory. It's Ron Elby Auto Sales in Macomb. Second quarter action getting underway here at Augusta, Illinois, at Southeastern High School. Thanks for joining us tonight. We got the girls' version of the Great Western Shootout, the A-Town Classic tomorrow. 8 games on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Should be a lot of good basketball, some great girls basketball teams, 1A, 2A schools there tomorrow. Central Southeastern is there tomorrow. A-Town, who actually took their first loss to Canton. Oh, nice look down to Canoyer from Pyatt, and Canoyer gets his first field goal of the night. He's got 4 points now. Hit the wrong button there. 19-8 is the score. Foul on the Raiders. And again, I missed it, so we won't have the fouls exactly right, but that's the first foul of the quarter. Owen Northern shooting a couple free throws here for the Suns. First one is up and off, no good. Northern's second one is good. That's the first. Down low, count it, and a foul. Owen Northern is going to pick up his second foul. Basket is good for Carter Miller. He'll have a free throw opportunity on an old-fashioned three-point play. First free throw off, no good. Rebound to Eftink. 3 on the way by Dance. Off, no good. Akers with the rebound, and back the other way it goes for the Suns. Dumps it off to Walker. Now to Henry. Akers trying to make something work. Step back, long 2. Off right, off the top of the backboard. Rolls down to Henry. It hit the top of the backboard. The coaches from Quincy, Notre Dame wanted the ball to be dead. No such luck. Eftink up high, and the layup is good for Eftink. Eftink gets his 5th point. Tippy with it. Pyatt guarding him full court. 6:27 to go. Henry lays it up. He had a good look at the basket, couldn't finish. In transition again come the Raiders. Pyatt dumps it to the side. 3 on the way. Off, no good. That was Dance again who put it up, that time from the left wing, or his right wing, excuse me, and he couldn't get it to fall. Akers with it. Henry for 3, off, no good. Pyatt with the rebound. He's going to bring it all the way. Leaves it short. A lot of contact. Allensworth with the rebound and the putback. (25-9). Akers dumps it off to Henry. Tippy for three, off back iron, no good. Rebound to Pyatt again. There's a reverse layup by Pyatt, off no good. Eftink tracks down the rebound though. Comes up top to Dance. And Dance is going to get called for a travel. Checking back in is Dam and number 22, Robbie Reed. So a bunch of twos coming in for the Raiders. Dance takes a seat. Pyatt takes a seat. So for the Raiders, it's Eftink, Miller, Dam, Reed, and Allensworth on the floor. Tippy's going to try and beat everybody down the floor. It's going to go off of Dam, out of bounds. Tippy's going to slide all the way to the baseline to Wall, but he'll get up, is apparently okay with 5:02 to go in the quarter. And another foul on Quincy Notre Dame. Tippy at the free throw line shooting a couple. Makes the first. Missed the second. And a traveling violation on Eftink. And a steal by Allensworth on a pass from Tippy intended for Henry, I do believe. Robbie Reed dives it off to Dan. Down low to Miller. Miller is fouled by Tippy. That'll be the first on Tippy. A couple free throws coming here for Carter Miller. He missed an old-fashioned three-point play attempt earlier here in the quarter. It's a second foul on the Suns in quarter number 2. First free throw, the lefty rattles it out. He made his first two. He's missed his last two. Checking in, number 30, Gavin Dolman, replacing Allensworth. 4:27 to go. It's 25-15. Second one is good. Made two, missed two. Made one. That means if he keeps it up, he should make the next one. Second shot off, no good for Tippy. Rebound by Hester is blocked, outletted. Dolman, nice little move to get it up and in. .402 left. Hester is going to be bailed out by Owen Northern. 3:45 to go, and a foul is going to be called. It'll be on number 14, Carter Miller. Unofficially his first. Team's third. Allensworth checks back in. Eftink checks out for Quincy Notre Dame. Ball's going to be stolen away. Dolman comes up with it. He goes over to Allensworth. Allensworth puts a shot up and in. Unofficially for Allensworth, that is 7 points. Tippy with the shots and the bucket. Back the other way in a hurry. Dolman. Miller knocks that one out. Dance checks back in. Dam takes a seat. Northern to inbound. Walker couldn't get it. Miller came down with it. Tippy's going to foul again. Be his second. Looks like Tippy had a bloody nose as he's got some gauze in his nose. It's the first time I've been able to see that. The free throw line is Robbie Reed. He misses that one off back iron, no good. Akers comes in. Tippy takes a seat. 3:11 remaining in the first half. Reed's second one's hard off back iron, no good. Ball tipped around. Walker's going to lose it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Raiders. 3:07 left. Some bad weather coming our way maybe tonight. A heads up in the morning if you're going to watch some of the A-Town Classic, the girls' version of the Great Western Shootout. We'll have all 8 of those games as long as everybody can get there. Oh, nice take by Carter Miller. She gets the bucket to fall. Be tipped out of bounds by Dolman on a broken up pass. It'll stay with the Suns though with 2:39 left. Akers puts the shot up, off, no good. Allensworth tips it over to Dance. Dance will get hammered by Owen Northern. That'll be 4 on the Suns unofficially. Owen Northern is going to pick up his third. So here in the first half, the Suns have 2 players with 2. That's Tippy and Hester. They have Northern with 3 and McClintock with 3. Inbound and good for Miller. Miller has 7 in the quarter. Laying it up and in is Hester for the Suns. Down low, Reed gets it in transition. Knocked away by Dolman. Dance with numbers. He's going to drive, and he's going to be fouled by Walker. Walker's going to pick up his second foul unofficially. It'll be 5 on the Suns. It was a shooting foul anyway, but he would have shot either way. Alex Dance, who has not scored, has taken a couple threes, hasn't made either of them, is at the free throw line with 1:49 to go in the first half. Free throw off, no good. F-Tink, Walker of the Sully variety for Quincy Notre Dame, and also Jackson Canoyer checking in for Quincy Notre Dame. They'll join Dance and Allensworth on the floor. It's Hester, Henry, Akers, Northern of the Owen variety, and Gunnar Walker on the floor for Southeastern. 1:48 to go as the second free throw was good by Alex Dance as he's on the scoreboard now. Oh, and Akers is going to get a little clear-out foul on Dance. No free throws to shoot there, but Akers is going to pick up unofficially his second. Now, I missed a foul or 2 in there, so 1:35 to go. 3 on the way by Dance is good. That's the first 3 of the game for either team. Alex Dance hits the triple. 25 points unofficially here in the quarter, as that's an Akers 3 off, no good. Henry high for the rebound, missed the easy putback. Allensworth with the rebound. Going to go out to Dolman. Dolman is going to get called for the travel, even though he probably got fouled by Akers. 1:06 to go here in the first half. Gunnar Walker's shot's off, no good. Under a minute to go now, 48 seconds. Over to Allensworth. 3 on the way, off, no good by Sully Walker. Rebound to to Jaron Henry. 36 seconds remaining. Aiden Akers with it. Ball nearly stripped away. It is going to be knocked away by Dance. They're going to call the kick, though. So it'll stay with the Suns with 29.8 seconds remaining. Subs coming in. Back in is going to be Jackson Pyatt. He'll replace Sully Walker. 29.8 seconds still, as I mentioned. That didn't go to who it was intended for. Henry's going to end up with it, though. I think that was the ultimate plan. Dance gets the rebound on the three-point miss. Letting the clock run down under 10 now at 7 seconds remaining. Dance going to kick it out. Now over to Allensworth as they're tangled up underneath. 3 on the way, off no good by Eftink. Dance slow to get up off the floor as he was tangled up with possibly Owen Northern down there, not real sure. So the first half comes to an end. It's 40-14. The Suns trail the Quincy Notre Dame Raiders. We'll take a break and have a word from McDonough District Hospital. You're watching Adams Fiber coverage of the Southeastern Suns on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. And welcome back here at halftime. Kelsey Cunningham joining us now. And Kelsey, you're a nurse practitioner, right?
Correct.
It is. It is. What department? It still is
cardiology right now.
So I've known what does a nurse practitioner
a long time.
And we were just discussing before we came on air that
basically everything. I see patients that have hypertension. I see patients that have heart failure.
Director of
if you need a cardiac cath, if you're having a significant coronary issue, I can refer you for that too.
Talking about sports.
I have patients all ages. I don't see kids, but all adult ages. So from 97 to 18, I see everybody in between. So
we start off with the sports.
Cardiology
athletic training
is more
services.
than heart attacks.
We go
correct.
to many
Correct.
Schools.
You might
Also,
occasionally have an 18-year-old with a heart attack. But
Yeah.
There's a lot more to go on.
Oh,
in
yeah.
this department,
Definitely. It's, once I started this job, it was kind of
court field
wild to see how much of the body traces back to the heart. And it's kind of why I love cardiology. It's like a big puzzle. I love putting all the pieces together. And in the end, the patient feels much better. So that's always the rewarding part of the job for me. But it's a challenge, and I like a good challenge.
So we see people of all ages. We see newborns. We see people
and you always see every type of medicine that says, well, this affects your whole body, or this affects your whole body.
Right.
Everybody has something that's very important to them that they want to return to.
Absolutely.
We respect that.
Just the fact that
complete
the blood flows,
evaluations
right? I mean,
in whatever realm
how your heart works.
Your
lungs are affected, your brain's affected. Everything is affected by an effective working heart.
Absolutely. So, one thing that I kind of learned when I started this job was that sleep apnea can really have detrimental effects on your heart, and I don't think people understand that.
So it's a little
I'm just not a good sleeper. Like, well, kind of trickle downhill to your heart. So, do you wear your CPAP like you're supposed to?
Obviously negative.
We'll have to have a discussion about that in my office.
Let's do that off.
Okay, all right. Let's do that.
I wanted to serve the community.
Let's skip the sleep apnea thing. And let's get back to the cardiology
smaller rural areas.
Obviously,
good care
part
too.
Of that. What does a cardiology
I'm just kind of attached to the area.
What things go on in there? As successful as you've been.
Well, my normal day is I see, anywhere from
some people
8 to 12 patients a day, and
I've done what I can do here.
most of the time people are referred to me because they're having cardiology symptoms. So whether that be chest pain or shortness of breath when they're walking, swelling in their legs. So, you know, a normal day is every half hour. So I have new patients in my office and lots of testing that we do. So it's a lot of follow up. You know, you don't rarely come to my office and get the answers that day, but we do our best to kind of expedite things and get people answers quickly so they can feel better ultimately.
Wanting to
does the cardiology department spend much time in the ER? Do you work with the ER a lot?
Yeah.
I'm sure the patients you see, a lot of them come from the ER.
Yes. We do and we don't. They'll call me and they'll say, hey, can I send this patient to you? And I really try my best to have same day or next day appointments for people when they're having emergent needs. So we work with them in that regard. At times we do consults in the hospital if they've admitted somebody with chest pain. Another aspect of my job is I do all the stress testing oversight. So if you get admitted and you need a stress test, you'll see my face first thing in the morning. So
it is kind of odd. We were very small.
First thing in the morning.
We started just in the basement of the hospital. It included
with
cardiac
that in mind,
rehab, PT,
how does
a little bit
nurse
of
practitioner
pediatrics,
find herself in cardiology?
And we all tried to do
how
it
did
in
you
one
become,
small
what led you
gym.
to being a nurse practitioner, and
since
what
that
led you to that department?
you know, we've
well, what led me to be a
gone
nurse
to
practitioner was
our
I grew up in a
whole
rural
third
area,
floor
and we didn't
edition.
have doctors.
I
We
think
just
it
had
was in
nurse
98.
practitioners.
We
So I
had
grew
the
up seeing one,
Lafayette
and I
location.
was in awe of her. She,
Bushnell was
you know,
in 14.
found
We also
medical
have a
ailments
location
of
in
mine that I
Prairie.
never knew I had, and
And
I'm not one of those kids that wanted to do
and
other
then
things when I
Monmouth
was
we
young.
did
I've
2
always
years
wanted to be
ago.
a nurse. I've always wanted to be a
And
nurse
I think
practitioner. So
therapy in general
I set
gets
off and I
people,
absolutely did that. And I
back
worked in the
into
ER for
action
11
again.
years.
And
Then I've always been interested in cardiology, and that goes back to the puzzle pieces, trying to fit them all together
and help
focusing my attention on
do better in
you
whatever
know
they
one
do.
part of your body
What do you
versus
see as
being in
the
the ER.
director?
So
What do you
the job
see
came
as
available,
the-
and I'm really
ultimate
lucky to have
goal
it.
for
I really
sports
enjoy what I
medicine
do.
and so you grew up in a rural area?
I did.
Obviously,
what
you
was
guys
your
keep
rural area?
growing.
Is it
So you
is
aren't
it there
likened
yet,
to
but
Macomb?
as
Similar?
a- as a
It's
person
smaller.
who's
I
just
grew up
obviously
in
loves
Beerstown, if you know where
sports medicine and
Beerstown's at.
rehabilitation
So
since
at the
the
time it
time
was
you
smaller.
started.
It's grown
Where
a
do you
little bit
see it
over the
going?
years, but
Will it continue
so
to
when I
grow?
moved
Do you
here, I thought this
continue
was
to
a
add
big
new
city.
things?
You know,
We're
you guys have
always
24-hour
looking to,
grocery stores and a movie
see
theater, and
what's out
people
there.
are
Just
like,
with
no, it's not a big
Not
city.
advancements
anymore.
in research and
Yeah, I know.
trying to
I
see
know.
what,
Times have changed.
Times have changed.
Beardstown's gotten bigger,
treatment
and
help
Macomb
others.
has
gotten
We
smaller.
no more 24-hour grocery
on top of
Yeah.
that and try
Heck of
to
a
then
deal.
offer
Yes.
to the
So
community.
what is it about
Again,
MDH
just
that
because
you
we're
love?
rural doesn't mean we can't
You know,
stay on
I
top of
love
that and
the
offer
sense
best
of
we can.
camaraderie
So you
here.
think you could be here another
Obviously, I've been
35
here
years?
for 12 years, so I
That might be
have
pushing it.
seen and got to know many people. But I
But
could go
also,
into any
you know,
department
what
in this
makes us strong
hospital
is our
and
team.
find
And we have
somebody that I
lots
know,
of,
and not just that I
very
know,
talented
but that will
therapists,
ask me about my
on our
kids or
team.
ask me about my
So,
family. And
that really
so
is
there's
the
always a
key
sense
to
of
what we
family
do.
here for
Now,
me,
before
and
we
I think
get
it's
out of
important
here,
to have rural
I
health
think
care. You
that
know,
one
there's
of the coolest things
a lot of
about
people
what you
that
guys
live
do
here
is
that
you
wouldn't have
mentioned
access
earlier
to
is
these things
You have trainers
if
that go
this
to the
hospital
schools.
didn't provide that. And so
I know Bushnell's part of that.
I've
West
always
Prairie's
loved
part
it
of
here.
that.
I never worked
Macomb's
anywhere
obviously
else.
part of that. And
So
I'm sure there's other schools. You're just getting started.
The
then,
yeah,
trainers
yeah.
that
All
come
right,
to
Kelsey. Thank you
West
very much.
Yeah,
Prairie.
thanks for having me.
Especially and Macomb become almost part of the family.
True.
With the students and the athletes. How exciting is that for you as the director to be able to say that I've been able to help bring people in and they become parts of the families at these. And welcome back to Halftime with Joanna Edson. Joanna, you've been at MDH since 2010. Is that what you said to me earlier?
Correct.
So what do you do here at MDH?
I'm the Director of Behavioral Health and Psychiatry.
Okay. Director of Behavioral Health and Psychiatry. You're relatively new to the director role.
Correct.
But you've been here for several years. What have you done to get to this point?
I started out as a after-hours crisis worker and then was hired full-time 2 years later, so 2012. And then I was a therapist until I took the director position.
So what is it that's kept you at MDH? Obviously, if you've stayed as long as you have, there's something about MDH that keeps you here and makes you feel like you're doing something special. What is that?
I always wanted to work at MDH. I started, I actually have 2 masters after my first master's. I got in community health education. I wanted to come work here as a health educator, but nurses were getting hired for those positions. And so I had to take a different route. So then I worked for Teen Parent Services, and I started a homeless shelter and ran that for 11 years. Went back to school and got my master's of social work, and then I ended up here.
So you've taken a roundabout road to get to MDH. So if you've always wanted to work at MDH, what was it about MDH that made you want to come here?
I don't know. I just like the hospital vibe.
As the director now, you've been here. You've worked outside the hospital before you came to the hospital. You've worked in the hospital. Do you think that well-rounded, I should say, experience will allow you to do your job as a director a little bit better?
I believe all things happen for a reason. So there was a reason I wasn't hired all those years ago. It gave me opportunities to do things that I always wanted to also do, which was open a homeless shelter. There was a time when I was working for Teen Parent Services where I was running into a lot of homeless teens who also were either pregnant or had babies. And some of them were living with me. So we moved towards opening a shelter so they would have housing. And I was there for 11 years, which gave me a lot of insight into people and services in the community and how to help people. My desire to go back to school for my master's of social worker was to kind of help people at a deeper level, a more permanent level, help them figure out what keeps them getting into situations that are not good for them.
All right. Behavioral health, you see people at their worst times a lot of times. I mean, the hospital is a physical problem issue, but also behavioral health, you see them at their worst times on the mental side of things too. How do you deal with that kind of stuff on a regular basis, and how does MDH help the people that you guys have to deal with on that level?
I think that all of the other jobs helped me develop really good boundaries. I think we have to do what we can, which is not fix everything in this situation.
And welcome back here. Second half action underway. It's the Suns basketball to start the second half. Tippy back in the ball game. And a foul. So Tippy start things off on a better note for the Suns here in the third quarter. It's on number 14, I believe, Carter Miller. It's either on 24 or 14. I couldn't see. We'll give it to Miller, be his second. Tippy misses the free throw. Miller's going to drive, dumps it to Allensworth, and Allensworth's going to get the easy bucket. Allensworth now with a game-high 11 points. Akers. Gunnar Walker. Henry, trouble out top. Pyatt nearly had a steal, but it went to McClintock. Tippy looks down to Henry. Henry's shot, forced it through the contact from Allensworth, outlet to Eftink, and Eftink going to try and drive on McClintock, and he can't finish. Going to get his own rebound after it was tipped around, though, and we'll get the bucket. Eftink has 7 now. 6:42 to go. At the half, 9 points for Carter Miller and 9 points for Jace Allensworth to lead the Raiders. That was a 3 by Tippy, knocked out of bounds on the rebound attempt by Eftink. It'll stay with the Suns with 6:31 remaining. Suns were led by Griffin Tippy, 7. Aiden Akers' shot is blocked, and they're going to call Allensworth for the foul, I do believe. It is on Allensworth. That'll be his first unofficially. Second foul of the half for the Raiders with 6:26 to go in the third quarter. Akers misses the first. Suns shot just 4 free throws in the first half. They were 50%. They remained 50% after those two. They're 3 of 6 now. They were 2 of 4. Right back the other way, the layup up and in by Miller. So he's got 11. First two players in double digits are Allensworth and Miller for the Raiders. Clock running. Now McClintock's going to drive, and he's going to be fouled by Pyatt. It's unofficially Pyatt's first. Raiders third already with 6:11 to go. It's 46. I forgot to put that bucket on the scoreboard. 46-17. The freshman with a couple free throw attempts here. Makes the first. I forgot that Tippy missed that one on the first possession. So they were actually 3 for 7 going to that one. 2 in a row by McClintock. Puts them 4 of 9. Or 5 of 9, excuse me. That's going to go off of Miller out of bounds. It'll go to the Suns, 6:04 remaining. 9 different Raiders scored in the first half. 5 different Suns scored. Everyone except Henry scored for the Suns, and he scored right there that had played. So now everybody that has played has scored for the Suns. It was a 29-point lead. It's a 4-0 run for the Suns right now, down to 25. Down, nice pass into the block, left-handed little baby hook off, no good. Akers with the rebound for the Suns. Outlet to McClintock. McClintock goes to the lane, puts a shot up over Dance, and good. 4 points in the quarter for McClintock. McClintock sat the entire second quarter and about 2 minutes of the first quarter after picking up his third foul. Pyatt loses control. Dance now. Missed that three-point attempt. Rebound to Hester. 4:40 remaining in the third quarter. Tippy's going to drive, and we'll call the block on Miller. That'll be his third unofficially. Line change coming in for, that's the fourth foul already. Tippy getting a couple free throws here. So Dolman, Reed, Canoyer, Dam, and Sully Walker checking in for the Raiders. On the floor for the Suns, it's Akers, Henry, McClintock, Hester, and free throw number 2 coming for Tippy, who gets that one to fall. He's 1 for 3 in the quarter. That basket is good by Canoyer. We only have 24 on the scoreboard. We'll do some addition here in a second. McClintock puts another shot up off no good. Tippy down amongst the trees, gets the rebound and the putback. .406 to go. It is 26. I hit an extra free throw there. 32nd timeout. Charged to the Suns. We'll keep it here. And we'll tell you this game being brought to you by Adams Experts. Looking for top-notch local computer sales and repair services? Call Adams Experts in Quincy at 217-214-3423 for fast, friendly, and affordable assistance. We make technology work. That's Adams Experts, your go-to when your computer goes down. And Sports Corner at 124, Macomb's original local sports bar. Sports Corner at 124 with a focus on local sports. Catch WIU games and many of the TSSR Game Time live broadcasts at Sports Corner at 124. All while enjoying your favorite cold drink, some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb. So after the 32nd timeout by the Suns, it's 48-22. The Suns have really changed things up here as far as control of this game, but there's a 3 by Dolman. Gavin Dolman gets the triple. Slows the Suns' onslaught just a little bit. Back up to 25 is the lead. Hester gives it off to Henry for 3. His shot's short. Akers is going to get called for the clear out. And officially that'll be his third. Second on the Suns. Checking in for the Raiders, going to be number 34, Royce Boyd. Owen Northern checking in for the Suns. Unsure if that ball goes off the hands of number 33, Patrick Ginnenbacher, who's in the ball game. Owen Northern drives baseline. His shot's blocked on the floor. Picked up by Boyd. He tries to get him across the dam. Tippy with the rebound, or steal, and the reverse layup is good. Tippy's got 7 here in quarter number 3. Boyd over to Kanoyer. Back to Boyd. His shot's hard off the glass, no good. Gets his own rebound, but he's in and over Tippy. So Boyd is going to pick up his first foul. And Tippy should be shooting free throws. I think that's 5, isn't it? Tippy be shooting a couple free throws here, I do believe. He is 1 for 3 in the quarter, 2:35 remaining. The official dropped his whistle. First free throw is good. Dolman leaves, Allensworth back in. Dance and Allensworth on the floor with Kanoyer, Boyd, and Ginnenbacher. Second one is good as well. Tippy missed his first 2 of the quarter. He's made his last 3. It's down to 21. Allensworth for 3. It's in and out, no good. Hester with the rebound. Tippy will push it back up the floor now. Allensworth guarding him. Owen Northern looks at the 3, doesn't take it. 2:15 remaining. Tippy, jump stop, has it knocked away. Gathered back up by Hester. Northern for 3, it's long. Kanoyer tracks down the rebound. Dance nearly could have got called for a carry right there, kind of had it on his hip. Boyd with it down low, gives it to Dance, top of the key. 1:54 remaining. It's a 21-point game. This had the looks of a runaway at the end of the first half, but the Suns have played a much better third quarter here. In fact, they have scored 16 points here in the third quarter. They only scored 14 in the first half. There is Kanoyer getting a bucket. That's his 4th point of the quarter. Hester and Ginnenbacher battling down low. Northern gives it off to Henry. 1:16 left in the third quarter. Hester to Tippy. Henry wants it. He's wide open. A skip pass. He'll take the 3. His left wing. It's hard off back iron. No good. Long rebound to Allensworth. 1 minute remaining. Now Kanoyer puts the shot up. It's off. No good. Boyd had his hand on the rebound. Couldn't track it down. Couldn't hold on to it. Hester gets it out to McClintock. McClintock now going to go around Ginnenbacher. Backs it back out. Comes up top. Hester with it. 45 seconds remaining. McClintock, the freshman, going to shoot up over Ginnenbacher. Nail the triple. It's Ron Elby Auto Sales 3-pointer for McClintock. And he's got 7 points in the quarter. It's down to a 20-point game. 28.3 seconds remaining. A 30-second timeout called by QND. This game tonight being brought to you by MTC Communications. Having slow, unreliable internet just doesn't cut it in 2024. MTC Communications offers lightning fast, reliable fiber internet, video, phone service, and camera systems to the McDonough, Henderson, and Hancock County areas. Visit mtc.crowdfiber.com to check your availability. And Pawn Plus. Pawn Plus is proud to serve Macomb and the surrounding area for over 20 years, providing cash for most items of value. Pawn Plus is the area's largest seller of used items, including firearms. They also provide on-site jewelry repair and are open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday. They have a great selection of jewelry, electronics, tools, and video games located at 324 West Jackson Street in Macomb between Erico and Taco Bell. So after the 30-second timeout by the Raiders, both teams have used one here in the third quarter. We're at 22 seconds to go in quarter number 3. It's a 20-point game, 53-33. And a traveling violation called with 12.9 seconds left. Gunnar Walker's going to check in, replacing Jaron Henry. Get him just a little bit more of a break at the quarter. Tippy with it, 10 seconds. Dance on him. Give it off to Northern. Now to McClintock. He drives, gives it to Tippy. Tippy for 3, top of the key, off, no good. And that's going to end the third quarter of play. 53-33 is where we finish. We'll take a break. You're watching Adams Fiber coverage of the Southeastern Suns on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter of play here from Southeastern High School in Augusta, Illinois. You're watching Adam Fiber coverage of the Southeastern Suns on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Knoyer leaves that turnaround jumper short, and he's going to get called for the foul. And officially the third on Knoyer. First of the quarter. .720 remaining. Tippy, pull-up jumper from about 16 feet. Hard off back iron, no good. And up and in for Carter Miller. The first two of the fourth quarter goes to Miller. It'll be his 13th point. Shot up by Tippy, off no good. Allensworth with the rebound. He's going to get it down to Knoyer. Knoyer across, nice transition, but Dance can't finish. Down low, rebound Going to be tipped out, taken by Miller. Dance looks at the three, doesn't take it. Eftink with it now. Just 13 points in the third quarter. Oof. Northern's going to get a big foul there. And at the free throw line is going to be Canoyer. This game has not lacked physicality, I'll tell you that much, folks. Canoyer has 10 points, looking to get to double digits if he can hit both free throws. 6:08 to go in the fourth quarter. First one's good. Sub coming in, Aiden Akers. Canoyer 9 points. He's 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Didn't jinx him. He's 4 for 4. He's got 10 points. Tippy nearly slips, gathers his feet back up, loses the basketball momentarily. It's on the floor. He gathers it back up. Oh, nice no-look pass down to Hester, and Hester's going to get the bucket. Nearly a steal by Gunnar Walker. It's 5:52 to go. 57-35. Shot by Dance again off no good. He's 1 for 5 from three-point line. Akers to Walker for 3. His shot's off no good, and that's going to be tipped out of bounds by Hester. It'll go to the Raiders. So the Suns actually won the third quarter, 19-13. But still trailed by 20. Miller, I think that was a pass. I'm not 100% sure. Either way, Canoyer is going to get the bucket. He's got 12. Walker pull up, off no good from a right elbow. Rebound to Miller, outlet to Dance. Dance going to try to draw contact. Miller's going to get the missed shot, rebound, and put back. Miller has 15. Timeout on the floor, charged to the Suns. Be a 30-second timeout. .450 to go here in the basketball game. Game being brought to you by Ron Elby Auto Sales with locations in Macomb and Augusta. With 80 years of car sales experience, Ron Elby Auto Sales is your hometown go-to for your next car. In Macomb on East Jackson, stop in and talk to Justin, Jared, or Chris, or visit www.ronlb.com to check out their inventory. I was in there yesterday talking about the Macomb Western Holiday Tournament, and they were bringing some new cars in and selling some cars. Great amount of cars up there at Ron Elby Auto Sales. There's Akers going to throw one up off no good. I want to give a shout out to the down low to Eftink. His shot's no good. Pyatt with the rebound and the putback. It's off no good. And a rebound to Hester. Tippy drives, puts the shot up, leaves it short. Rebound to Hester again. His shot's blocked by Allensworth, picked up by Akers. Akers is going to bounce it to Hester. Hester, nope, that's Jaron Henry. His shot's no good. Eftink is going to pick up the foul. See the first or second on Eftink. But the chorus here from Southeastern High School saw them. If you were in Gelsosimo's today, Tippy drives, puts a shot up, hard off the glass, no good. Akers with a rebound. His shot's up and good. Aiden Akers gets the putback bucket. But they were in Macomb today, and there's a steal by Gunnar Walker, and he loses the basketball, gives it to Akers. Akers going to go, puts the right-hand layup off from the left side. And anyway, they were up singing Christmas carols in Macomb today, but they were the big group that was at Gelsosimo's. Got to see Tegan Rigg and some friends up there. There's a three by Eftink. .34-37. I understand they went to one nursing home at least, and there's Tippy down low. His shot's blocked from behind by Dance. Sung at Walmart maybe, also at the coffee shops in Macomb. There's Canoyer's shots up and in. Timeout on the floor, going to be charged to the Suns. It's a full timeout. That's all they have left. 66-37 the score. A game that was at 20 at the start of the quarter has gotten away again from the Suns. And another point would make it a running clock the rest of the way. 2:58 remaining. Watching Adams Fiber coverage of Southeastern Suns sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MBH. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back right after this.
I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and I like the feel of community. I like knowing the people that I take care of and knowing the people around me, providing care for someone that you know is in this community and helping them to get better.
Welcome back to Augusta, Illinois here at Southeastern High School. As the Suns playing the Raiders of Quincy Notre Dame High School. This game being brought to you by Western Illinois University. At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in because purple stands out. At WIU, there's limitless potential with campuses in Macomb, Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out. McClintock back in the game. I believe Hester took a seat. Owen Northern back in as well. He's got a three from the right wing. It's off, no good. That's Dolman with the rebound. Dam with it. Back to Dolman. He loses it. Boyd was there. He's on the floor with Northern. Now it's going to be stripped away again. Ginnenbacher goes down and ties up with Owen Northern. 2:36 to go. It's going to be a jump ball. Possession to Quincy Notre Dame. Nope, to Southeastern. Quincy got it to start the fourth quarter. So it will be Southeastern basketball. Quincy will get the next one. Quincy Notre Dame will, excuse me. Three on the way by Henry. His shot's off, no good. And now Owen Northern is going to get a foul. Yes, he's going to foul Royce Boyd. And that's 5 on Owen Northern. .225 remaining. As I was talking about, want to give a shout out. Dolman to Boyd, back to Dolman. On the ground it is. Nice pass to Sully Walker, and he'll get his first two of the night. Dolman from his backside gets the pass to Sully Walker. That makes it a 30-point game. We'll have running clock the last 1:56. There's an air ball. Dam comes down with it. 1:50 remaining. Gunnar Walker guards him. Boyd looks at the three, doesn't take it, goes down low looking for Ginnenbacher. It's knocked out of bounds by Akers. Timeout, I think, just for subs. Well, never mind. They are going to take the timeout as some youngsters are going to come in, so they're going to mix and match some players here. So Coach Gooding wants to make sure everybody knows what they're doing here. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Adams Fiber coverage of Southeastern Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We are now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now minimally invasive include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
And welcome back here to Augusta, Illinois. Southeastern High School, 1:41 remaining in this one, 68-37. It's an 11-point advantage here in this quarter for Quincy Notre Dame. Skip across, Dolman down to Ginnenbacher. Stolen away. Now a foul is going to be called, I believe, on Ginnenbacher. I think. No, out of bounds, no foul called. It'll stay with Quincy Notre Dame. Never mind. Into Dolman. Dolman puts the shot up and in. Dolman has 7 points. Bryson Tanner in the ball game. Chase Northern in the ball game. Rost is in the ball game. And McClintock, along with Gunnar Walker. For the Raiders, it's Dam with the basketball. Sully Walker. Boyd for 3, right wing. It's corner, it's off no good. Ginnenbacher with the rebound. He's in the ball game, and Dolman is out there as well. Jump ball. Oh, that's what they called earlier, was a jump ball. 25 seconds remaining. 70-37 is the score. Ross looking for the 3 in the varsity game. Can't get it. Sully Walker will come down with it. Boyd. I think that's the guy you want to have bringing the ball up, but it works out. Ginnenbacher with 5 seconds. He is a legit foot taller than Ross, who's guarding him. That's going to be the end of the ball game. 70-37 the final. The Suns drop this one to the Raiders of Quincy Notre Dame. We'll take a break. We'll be back with some stats here from Southeastern High School. You've been watching Adams Fiber coverage of Southeastern Suns basketball on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today, and make your voice heard.
After my appointment that day, I just made up my mind that I'm going to have my baby here in Macomb and this hospital, because irrespective of where you're from, who you are, it's just their line of duty to make sure they give care, make you comfortable.
I thought about the staff of MDH, they're all good. And you will get all the support you need. This is just the best place for you and your family.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adams Experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adams Experts. Repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology needs.
And welcome back here for the final time. Southeastern and the Raiders of Quincy Notre Dame finished this one 70-37. The Raiders with the win. Unofficially leading scorer in the game. 16 points for Griffin Tippy to lead all scorers. He was 4 of 7 from the free throw line. 7 points for Brady McClintock. All those came in the third quarter. 5 points for Aiden Akers. 4 points for Tristan Hester. 2 points for Jaron Henry. 2 points for Gunnar Walker. And 1 point for Owen Northern. They were 8 of 13 were the Suns from the free throw line. The Quincy Notre Dame Raiders had 4 players in double figures. Team high 15 for Jace Allensworth. Carter Miller. He was 3 of 5 from the charity stripe. 14 points for Jackson Canoyer off the bench. He was 4 of 4 from the free throw line. He had 6 points in the fourth quarter. 11 points and 1 of 2 from the free throw line for Jace Allensworth. And 10 points with a 3 in the fourth quarter for Bo Eftink. He was 1 of 1 from the free throw line. 3 points for John Dam. He was 3 of 4 from the free throw line. 4 points for Alex Dance. He was 1 of 2 from the free throw line and had a Ronaway Autosales three-pointer. 2 points for Jackson Pyatt. He had a bunch of good looks, just couldn't get him to fall. 2 points for Robbie Reed. He was 2 for 2, or 2 points with a field goal, but he has over 2 from the free throw line. 7 points for Gavin Dolman. And 2 points late for Sully Walker. The Raiders were 13 of 20 from the free throw line, and they shot 11 of 18 in the first half, so they shot just 2 free throws the entire second half. Contrastly, the Suns shot just 4 in the first half and shot 9 in the second half, and they were 5 of 9 from charity stripe. Those were all in the third quarter, though. There's just 2 free throws shot in the fourth quarter. Canoyer hit both of those. So that'll do it here. I want to thank Dante Drake was watching from Charleston. Thanks for hopping in, Dante. Got in right at the end. 70-37 the final. We have 8 girls basketball games coming to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH tomorrow, all in Abington. It's the A-Town Classic. It's the girls' version of the Great Western Shootout. Should be some really good teams. Central Southeastern will be there, as I mentioned, and a lot of other good teams. Peoria Notre Dame is there as well. So for Jenny, watching on the camera, I'm Dwayne. Thanks for joining us. That'll do it. Final 70-37. You've been watching Adams Fiber coverage of Southeastern Sun Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. See you again soon.